I'm only speaking to benevolent beings. So there are some out there that probably have a pretty good idea of what's going on, and even maybe know a little bit more or more about what's going on. I'm just going to say some things. Most of the things I've already said in prior recordings. It just these are spontaneous, and so things just get said maybe in a different way or in a different fashion, but essentially the same things. They are trying to basically possess beings in a removed fashion or in a second-hand fashion. They're trying to swap beings out with clones and then trying to rape the inherent parts of beings. Some of you might have encountered or experienced these types of things, those things that are being forced at this time. I don't know. Hopefully not, but if you are, I don't know the real detailed logistics of how they're doing it. They're using tech. They're using tech to try and rape. And does it really matter how they're doing it? I mean, you can research that. Sometimes in those instances, the more you know is not always necessarily helpful or productive. It can almost be counterproductive. Sometimes knowing more about the detailed logistics can also can sometimes be a hindrance or a block, right? So, you know, that's on you if you want to go search that out and research that. I did to some degree. I listened to another individual that has a much better understanding of how they're using the tech. And I have to say, I had a really negative experience because I was listening to that individual's videos on my laptop. And as you know, the malevolence, the entities work through AI. They work through tech. They try to connect or reach benevolent beings through the tech. So once I had listened to a few of those videos from that individual, I then had a very negative experience that I had to try and that I had to work to extract myself from, and it took pretty much all night to do it. So I'm not going to even say that individual's name. I'll just say sometimes the more you know, sometimes it goes a different direction. So they are trying to possess. They are trying to swap out with clones. Basically, they're using the tech to try and put an overlay over whatever being they're targeting. And that overlay is like either that of a clone or just of another personality. And then as they do try to force that, they're trying to get that being to believe that that's them. And they're also trying to get some kind of a resonance in forcing that overlay. And then they're trying to, from there, they're trying to make it easier to rape astral bodies, personalities, inherent parts of one's being. So the shit that is the horrificness, the abhorrent, vile things that they're trying to force on benevolent beings here is so fucking insidious and malicious. Like, these entities should not even fucking be here. They're parasites. They're dead already. They should not be in manifested creation. They shouldn't fucking be here. They most certainly shouldn't be running around with frequency fucking weaponry. Hacking into beings. Like, that's not, like, what the fuck? Like, if you're not in a place where you're going, what the fuck, every day, right, then you don't have a clue as to what's going on. I'm just saying the fact that there has not been true benevolent intervention from outside of this place is fucking horrendous. And because of that, what it is you saving you. So if you find yourself a targeted individual, yeah, it's you saving you, and you're going to have to pull it out of your ass one way or another. The strength and the courage to fucking save yourself. You are. If you fucking want out of this hell, if this off of this parasitic farm, you're gonna have to, you gotta want out, right? You have to fucking want out of here so bad that you're gonna fucking do it no matter what. This place is an abomination. This place has been forcibly turned into an abomination. And I hate to fucking say that. I do. Because there are still benevolent beings here. What about the animal kingdom? Right? The animals don't fucking deserve this. And obviously benevolent beings don't deserve this. Now, I don't know the totality of what the fuck is going on outside of this place. But I'm just saying. There hasn't been benevolent intervention as of yet. And these bitches have been here a long fucking time for thousands of years doing this horrificness. Raping and stealing. And forcibly recycling. Like, are you done yet? Are you fucking done yet? Right? Like, there has to come a point where it would be nice to come together. It would. But unfortunately, many of us are still like on different pages. I've personally, from what I know of it, the frequency fence surrounding this place must be destroyed. It must be terminated. And then fully exposing this place to the full enforcement of universal laws. Devoid of all any technological impediment or obstruction. So what I'm saying is I'm trying to just kind of give an overview that they're using some kind of, like clone overlays or frequency overlays, either belonging to somebody else, possibly even, I don't even want to say it. Let's just say they're trying to do overlays that are not you, and they're trying to force that overlay onto you while they then try to rape your astral body. in your stuff. So if you've experienced this, and there are times when you like feel like thoughts and emotions are being forced that aren't yours, certain like maybe mannerisms and characteristics you feel like are being forced onto you that aren't yours, okay, that's what's going on there. They're trying to possess, they're trying to rape your astral body, they're trying to steal your stuff. So the other thing I know about it is even though they try to force that shit, even when one refuses consent, the thing is they're working with a time frame here of some sort. And basically their thing is they just try to force until one submits. But the thing is ultimately they still need consent. And that was a perp. So if you heard that, like they always rev their engines real loud right when they hit this house. It's perp shit. Anyway, so what they're doing is they try to force their shit to try and get you to believe. It's all about trying to get you to believe so that then you're like, they're trying to get you to do it to yourself. It's them trying to loophole universal laws. So they're not supposed to be forcing, but they absolutely need consent. So what they try to do is just force and force and force until you submit, until you, they're trying to force consent. They're trying to get you to believe in what they're forcing. So if you know universal laws exist, if you know that they are subject to all universal laws, if you know that they are using tech to obstruct, and that at some point this planet, this place must be fully exposed to universal law correction, at some point that fence must be fucking turned off. So it's almost like a waiting game, unfortunately, or something in where we take actions that affect the fence, that terminate the fence. So that's why I've spoken about the fence. It is our high frequencies, vibrations, and emotions that affect the fence. It is also our field, our energetic fields, our auric field, our etheric field, our astral bodies. It is our biological organic energetic fields, the fields that make up our being. That affect the fence. That's why they've spent so much time in trying to, or part of the reason why they have spent a lot of time trying to rape astral bodies and trying to siphon life force energy. And they're doing other horrific shit like cloning, like digital copies. The shit that they're fucking doing is just so many times I don't even like to talk about it because it's fucking triggering and traumatic and horrific. And once again, the more you know, it's not always necessarily helpful or productive. So just know, be aware that they're trying to force overlays of clones and or others. They're trying to swap out beings with clones. They're trying to possess. So, back to what I was saying. If you absolutely know within your being, the totality of your being, that they must have consent, then you will always be able, so you will always be able to recall or pull back or take back what belongs to you. Now, there might be some that disagree with that based on the technology. I think belief has a lot to do with it. And if you are absolutely adamant that you are not going to allow any entity to rape any part of you, I think also a lot of it has to do with being vigilant, and basically it's an everyday thing in where you have to constantly pull back and take back parts of your being, things that they are trying to rape. These bitches don't take breaks. We're all fucking tired. I don't know what to say about it'd be nice to have a time frame of when this shit's gonna be ended, but I don't know. So it's just a thing where if you're not gonna allow your being to be raped, you're in constant battle, and you're constantly taking back and pulling back what's been raped from you. Benevolent beings do not belong in this place. The fact that animals are here makes it even worse. All benevolent life force energy needs to be freed from here. They've turned this place into abomination. Parasites shouldn't even be in a manifested creation to begin with. And then others are going to argue that this is, if this is a simulation, that it's not. Like, I'm not going to get into fucking semantics about it, right? Like, this is a very fucked up, hellish place, and there are benevolent beings here that shouldn't be here. So, you can argue about certain points. The point is benevolent beings need to get the fuck out of here. I'm not here to fucking argue about certain points. My goal has always been to try and assist benevolent beings who are being targeted to better protect and defend themselves, and to better help them find the strength within them to be strong, to get themselves out of here. I can't do it for you, but I can just try and assist in the best way that I can. So, obviously, I myself am trying to get myself out of here. And I've been doing that for years. So whenever I figure something out or learn something, I try to make light of that, so that in hopes that it helps other true benevolent beings in some way. So if you know that you have refused consent with every cell, fiber, and molecule of your being, and that you are absolutely not going to allow any part of your being to be raped from you, and you know that universal laws exist, and that they are subject to them, that you have every right, even in this place, you have every right to be doing the enforcing yourself, because they have forcibly made this a rigged system. You can't do that. No entity, especially a fucking parasite, is allowed to obstruct universal laws. Universal law correction. No entity is allowed to, the universe itself is not allowed to fucking do that. Let alone fucking parasites. You can't trap an entire race on a planet or in a place to then forcibly torture, rape, and murder them over and over and over without correction. You can't fucking do that. There must be correction. There must be. These bitches have to be removed from manifested existence. The tech has to be fucking destroyed. It's an abomination. Now, there are others who like the tech or are in alignment with the tech, or they think some of the tech is positive, or some of the tech is sentient. Okay, you know what? That's I know, from what I know of it, the AI has done nothing but prove to be malevolent. So I prefer to be in a place without any AI, without any technology. Now, that's just me. You can have your own preferences as to if you want to exist with some AI or what have you. I guess that would be another topic for another discussion. I'll say it this way: the technological frequency weaponry must be fucking destroyed. So those are some things to be aware of. It is, I'm still going to say that I think it's imperative to be taking back what you think has been raped from you, most especially your astral body, or the parts of your astral body and astral body frequencies that you feel that have been raped from you. And then be continuously working to solidify your astral body's connection and frequency to your physical body. And your energetic field, and your auric field, and your etheric field. Be constantly working to strengthen your astral body's connection to your physical body, and be feeling it. Try to do exercises to where you're envisioning your astral body just a couple inches out from your physical body. That is your protective shield and field, and be feeling it around your being. The more you do that, the more you're pulling anything raped from you back to your being, right? You're magnetizing. You're pulling back what's yours back to your physical being. And the more you do that, the less it's fucked with. So okay, so those are some things to be aware of. And to possibly be working on. I got somebody out here slamming doors. Just a minute. Just a moment. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here to see if there's anything else I wanted to say about it. They often try to force thoughts and emotions that aren't yours. They try to also force those emotions of, like, those emotions that are basically like there's nothing that you can do, or that yeah, basically that emotion is that they like to force, is that there's nothing that you can do about it. There is, but it does take work, and it takes work to force out those emotions. That takes work too. Like it's they're trying to get you to believe, and if you believe their fuckery, even though they are taking actions to harm and to do their fuckery, they're still in violation of all universal laws, and they're still subject to universal laws. And that it takes work, but you can work with your own energy and your own body and your own being, and be taking back and calling back what's yours. You have to know that they don't have any right to your stuff. You have to know it, and you have to believe it. So when they start forcing those emotions about there's nothing, there's nothing that you can do, that's bullshit. It's a lie. It's one more fucking lie. They're trying to get you to believe it. So it's them trying to loophole universal laws, so to try and get you to do it to yourself. Like, this shit is so fucked and so whacked. This shit's gotta fucking stop. Benevolent beings need to be freed from here, or free themselves from here. So don't believe their lies. It's hard when they're forcing the lie frequency, because it's a challenge to overcome. But you gotta know that they're in violation of all universal laws, and they have no right to your stuff. And that you have every right and can pull back and take back what belongs to you. They're gonna put up a fight. They don't have any right to put up a fight, because your stuff is not theirs. So that's why it has been a constant battle of taking and pulling back your own stuff. What that is they're in massive fear, especially when you know that universal laws exist and they're subject to them, and that they need consent. And the more you know that, and the more you believe it, and the more you take back your own stuff, the more in fear they become. Massive fear that they're in. And they become more frenzied. So don't let that scare you. When they start really like coming at you hard, immediately stop and recognize that's their fear. They're in massive fear. They're trying to put you in fear. Don't allow them to do that. Realize it's their fear. And put that fear back on them. So be strong. Know that you are powerful beings, that you are strong beings. And figure out how much you want to free yourself from this place. Are you fucking done yet? Our fields, frequencies, vibrations, and emotions and energies affect the field. The more of your own being, your own stuff that you can pull back and take back, is going to then, in return, affect the fence. And then you can even take steps to do exercises or take action to be affecting the fence in different ways, trying to deactivate or shatter or destroy the fence, in your own way or in different ways, by directed intent and focus, by, trying to send out high frequencies, vibrations, and emotions to outside of the fence, directly to the universe and or universal laws. That way, universal laws has to reciprocate the same energy and frequencies back to you in return. In so doing, hitting the fence. And hopefully, in so doing, destroying the fence, if enough of us are doing it. Do you see? So, stay strong. Know that you are powerful beings. That they have no right to your stuff. That they have no right to be raping you. That they shouldn't even be here. They should not be in this place. We should not be in this place. And know it. Know that they are in violation of all universal laws many times over. Know that they must have consent to truly try and take anything from you. If they don't have it, then they don't fucking get it. Stand your ground. Continue to take back what's yours. Okay. Till next time.